Once you learn to be alone, you'll never be the same again. We live in a world that fears silence, that tells us being alone is something to be fixed. But the truth is, once you learn to be alone, truly alone, you'll never be the same again. Because solitude is not emptiness. It's a doorway. A doorway to knowing yourself, trusting your own voice, healing without noise, and becoming the person you were always meant to be. When you're surrounded by noise, opinions, expectations, you forget who you are. You shrink to fit into conversations that never respected your depth. You lose yourself trying to be understood by people who were never meant to understand you. But then, one day you choose to be alone. Not because the world left you, but because you left the noise. You sit with your thoughts. You cry, you scream, you breathe. You begin to listen. Really listen to the voice inside. And for the first time in a long time, you feel peace. You feel free. You feel whole. This is where the transformation begins. Because being alone sharpens your mind, softens your heart, and clears your path. You realize you don't need loud rooms to feel seen. You don't need constant validation to feel worthy. You don't need anyone to complete you, because you are already complete. They said being alone would break you. But look at you now, stronger, wiser, glowing from the inside. Now no one can shake your peace, because you built it in silence. No one can take your worth, because you found it when no one else did. You're not lonely, you're untouchable. So if you're in a season of solitude, don't fight it. Embrace it. Because once you learn to be alone, you'll never beg for attention again. You'll never tolerate what your soul has outgrown. You'll never settle for noise when you've tasted peace. If this video spoke to you, leave a red heart in the comments. Subscribe to Simply Beautiful Motivation, and remember, you are not alone. You are becoming. And this version of you is unstoppable.